plant-based, chances are dining out brings a lot of anxiety when it comes to planning what restaurant you should go to and what you're gonna order and what your friends are gonna think and what the waiter is gonna think. So it's Saturday night and the fam and I are taking you out. I specifically chose a steakhouse to show you that there are options no matter what restaurant you go to. But before we head out, I want to go over a couple things that I actually do beforehand to prepare for the meal that I'm going to be ordering at this restaurant. So the first thing you're going to want to do is check out your restaurant online beforehand. You can even call ahead to make sure that they are able to accommodate for the specific things that you'll be asking for when you get to the restaurant. I'll typically go straight to the salads and the sides. So on a Caesar salad, for instance, it's really easy to ask them to remove the chicken and the cheese and ask for either a dressing on the side because Caesar dressing is not whole food plant-based. I tend to bring my own dressing, honestly, and I've never had an issue with it. I've never had any, okay, I've had a weird look from time to time, but you get used to it. People tend to respect you for following through with your values. But if you want something a little more hearty and you're not really in the mood for a salad, I would check out the sides. This is where I live when I go dining out. So they have a lot of different potato varieties. So with these, specifically the mashed potatoes and the twice baked potatoes, I would ask if there's any added dairy or oil that they prepare it with ahead of time. Steamed veggies tend to be a great way to go simply because you know that they were prepared without oil most of the time. I always double check because sometimes they do prepare these ahead of time, not only with oil, but a ton of salt. You'll see here, there is a place for special instructions. So even when you're ordering online, they expect people to have specific accommodations. So don't ever feel like you can't get outside the box and ask for something that's not even on the menu, because most of the time they're more than happy to whip up something fresh for you, especially if you tell them you have some kind of allergy. I've learned throughout the years of having a gluten intolerance that people are much more responsive to the word allergy than they are anything else when it comes to special food accommodations. So you might want to keep that one in your toolbox. I've never noticed any spit in my food, if that makes you feel better. And leave your server a good tip. So the second thing you want to do when planning a night out is eat before you go. No, really, eat at least a snack before you go to the restaurant. If not, you're gonna be stuck famished and you're likely gonna eat something that you're gonna regret later. Sometimes I'll even eat an entire meal before I go out to a restaurant because I know that there are certain trigger foods at that restaurant where I will inevitably regret ordering them later on. You're never gonna get 100% whole food plant-based due to the large quantities of salt, sugar, and oil that you're inevitably going to get in your meal, but you can definitely talk to the server and even the chef or the manager and get the food tailored just the way that you, not just the way, but close to the way that you want it. All right, let's head out. Your baked potato, can I get that completely plain? Do you guys order, like, pre-make that with any dairy or oil or anything?
No, it's just covered in salt.
Oh, can I get it without salt?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take one of those, and can I get the same thing with the sweet potato, just completely plain, no dairy or salt or anything? That would be great, and I'll get both your seasonal veggies and your mixed veggies as long as they're also plain.
One's broccoli and then the mix is broccoli, carrots, and squash.
That's cool. Are they steamed?
Yeah.
Though? Like they're not? Okay.
Yeah, they're steamed.
Perfect. I don't need any salt or anything.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That's great.
Alright. And then, so no butter?
No, thank you.
Plain. Just making sure.
Yeah. So if you notice when I ordered, I made sure that they didn't have any pre-made potatoes with dairy, like butter, or sometimes they use milk. other hidden sources of oil. Could be veggies or hash browns. You always want to ask for grilled, boiled, or broiled as opposed to things like sauteed or fried. And don't be afraid to custom order. This is your health. They are completely accommodating when it comes to special needs. And the last thing I want to talk about is ethnic restaurants are going to be your best bet when it comes to whole food plant-based restaurant eating, because they are naturally plant-based. You don't have to go too far out of your way to ask for certain things that are going to be more healthful on the menu than others. So things like Indian, Chinese, Korean, Thai, Japanese, Mexican, and what's the other one? What's the other place? Like Middle Eastern places. Those are really great for anybody trying to eat out plant-based or anybody trying to eat out healthier in general. So I hope you found this helpful. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. There are some very easy strategies.